Hi there folks, welcome back to Rich Reviews. I want to thank everyone who's watching Sausage Party. I want to thank everyone who's watching Cafe Society. I want to thank everyone who's watching these recent episodes. Thank you all for that, folks. Please, spread the word. Tell everyone about this channel. Thank you, folks. You're awesome, folks. Thank you. You're welcome. Blair Witch, and this was recently discovered at Comic-Con this year that Wingard, who has made some previous horror films such as Your Next and VHS, was secretly making a Blair Witch movie, and everyone was jumping for joy. Now the film's come out, and boy, yeah. This is a direct sequel to the Blair Witch film, and it wisely ignores the offense of film number 2. I guess a lot of people don't even really remember number 2. So this film starts out with James, who happens to be a younger brother of Heather from the first film, discovering footage of her on YouTube, basically. James, who recruits Lisa, who's a filmmaking student, to, discover what exactly happened to his sister. But joining them on this trip here is Peter and Ashley, who are their friends. Then, once they go to Maryland and go to the Black Hills, they meet up with Lane and Talia, who has the footage from the original film, I guess. They're armed to the teeth with the latest gadgetry, and here's the thing. Now, once they start their journey, they forget one of the most important things of all. Haunted forest movie. You always borrow your shoes. Don't go out alone while you go pee at night in the forest, One of the positive things I can say, and this is stretching it for the Blair Witch film, is that it sets out what it's required to do. It's 90 minutes, there. I mean, yes, the falling tree is scary depending on where it falls on top of you, I guess. The problem here is, here's the thing, if Adam Wingard, and he's 33 years old, if he wants to become more renowned, like he wants to do other things, this film is not going to help him. It's like, James Wan, yeah, he can do other things, but he's at least showing that he can. Adam Wingard, he's stuck in the horror genre, and, that's largely an unforgiving, genre to be in, so. Also, here's another thing I want to point out. Has anyone here recently seen the Honest trailer? Screen Junkies, who is a YouTube channel, they do Honest trailers for films. They basically sum it up like this, hey, it basically made a generation of filmmakers realize, why the hell did I think of that? It made so much money, it's made so much its budget back, and it's like, and also the fact is, the other, the original filmmakers didn't do anything else afterwards, it's like, and basically the problem here is, with the exception of the first Blair Witch film, and maybe Paranormal Activity, the horror found footage genre is largely garbage. Again, I know, found footage in general is probably a neat concept. It's like, Chronicle, that Into the Storm film, which is really good. But everything about found footage, again, it can be made cheaply, but it's like, it needs some pop in here. There's no pop here. It's like, also the fact is, it's simply the sad fact that 16 years has passed, or 17 years has passed, and that's a long time in the horror genre. Things rise and fall. I just watched this, and I just think to myself, again, Adam Wingard's a young director. He may have a promising future, but the Blair Witch saga, I think, is dead. I really think it is. So in the end, folks, Blair Witch doesn't necessarily help this franchise if it wants to continue, or does it bury it in the ground again. So in the end, folks, I'm giving this a drunk rating, cause it's like, oh, I'm in a forest, blah, 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 yeah. So, folks, what did you think of Blair Witch? Did you happen to like this film? Do you not happen to care for it at all? As always, folks, like, comment, subscribe. Put all your comments in the section down below, folks. Please comment on this video, folks. As always, spread yourself of knowledge, because I'll be out in the woods, yay.